Hello and welcome to another episode of Sidings, where we look behind the scenes of tracing the rails. And I'm delighted to be joined by John Morgan, who owns this splendid piece of land that has this bridge on that featured in the Steyning episode. Now, John, thank you very much for having a chat with us, and thank you as well for letting us film on your land. After all, there aren't that many people that have their own railway bridge.
No, probably not. It's pretty minuscule, isn't it, really?
It's
not exactly a big bridge.
No, but it's beautifully made. Do you marvel at the construction of it, bearing in mind it's 170 years old nearly?
I do, and I'm really pleased I unblocked it. And it's a cattle tunnel, isn't it? That's what it is, a cattle tunnel. It's not meant for traffic, but my ambition was to unblock it and drive my tractor through it.
So just to clarify this, when you bought the land, you say it was filled right up?
Yeah, when I first bought the land, obviously I walked around it and fairly quickly found this tunnel. But it was blocked, and so I didn't like it being blocked, and so I got a digger, well, two diggers actually, a small digger to get in here and do the final bit, but the first bit was a bit hair raising. I had to park the digger on top of the tunnel and dig blind inside it, with a friend telling me when to curl and uncurl the bucket.
So you didn't damage the actual structure?
No, I didn't want to come up and hit the tunnel.
Gosh.
But I thought if it would carry a train, it would carry a 10-ton digger.
Yeah, easily.
And it did, obviously, fortunately.
How far up was the soil?
Within that far of the top.
So you could just about peek through it.
Yeah.
And why was it filled up with soil?
I don't know. And not in the tunnel, right out here to there, and then there it was filled solid to the land level there, and so it was a lot more earth movement. Probably I would reckon about 100 ton of dirt came out of here. And a hell of a lot of soil, and it was good soil they filled it with. It wasn't rubbish. It was, I mean, a lot of the places, old washing machines buried and things like that. And with it, I built a bund around the edge of the field.
Perfect. So at least it got reused.
Well, yeah, I've reused it.
So when you started uncovering it, what did you think you might find?
No idea. Really, no idea. But there wasn't any memorabilia in it. I would have seen that.
Yeah.
It was just soil.
Just soil.
Yeah.
So in actual fact, it was like a little archaeology expedition, and you've uncovered this fantastic brickwork that is pretty well preserved, isn't it, for all these years?
Doesn't leak.
No, and I can see you've got a trailer stored under here, so it's a good bit of dry storage. Now, the parapets here have started to split, haven't they? The plants have taken a bit of a hold.
And that tree there.
And the tree as well, I suppose, is beginning to push. But you suppose this was a cattle pass originally?
I think so, yeah.
Now, do you remember when trains used to run above here?
Yeah, I remember coming above it on the train to school from Partridge Green to Steyning. Yeah.
So unwittingly, you would have passed over this hundreds of times and never thought that one day you would own that actual bridge.
No, not at all.
What, any particular memories of the railway line?
Yeah, coming to school on the train, you always look back, not forward. You've got an eye full of soot if you look forward.
The smuts and things.
Smut. And I remember going over this part here, probably didn't realise it was a bridge, and seeing normally the tip would be burning. You know, they'd be burning stuff all the time. Yeah. That's my memory of it burning.
How things have changed environmentally. They wouldn't do that now, would they?
No.
So how come you ended up owning this land? What happened there then?
Well, I saw a for sale sign on the bypass, and so I stopped. But it was so overgrown, I couldn't even walk it. It was so overgrown. Bushes, 10 feet high, 12 feet high, thorn bushes. I went home and put on a barber suit with leggings and jacket, came back and walked through it, and then found out it was being sold by Hamilton's, Nick Hamilton in Steyning, but it was being sold by Sealed Bids. Right. So there's no idea of knowing what it was going to go for.
How on earth do you begin to put a price on a bit of old land?
I guessed it. Yeah. I asked a couple of people, and they said that it was about 4 times what I thought it would have gone for. Right. And I put a very unequal figure, and I got it by about 70 quid, I think.
Oh, really? Yeah. Crikey. And then now it's yours, all these years later.
But when he phoned me, when the Sealed Bids had closed, I think 5 o'clock on the Thursday, and said, well, there's good news and bad news. He said, the bad news, it's caveat emptor, and but the good news is you've got it, and 2 very close underbidders would like to buy it immediately.
Off you?
At a profit.
Oh.
And I said, no,
you weren't tempted?
No, I wasn't.
No. Well, did you find any other memorabilia on your land of the old railway?
No, I didn't. Sorry, nothing.
Well, we actually found a piece of coal on the embankment.
Right. And that, probably chucked
off a train bounced off a train or something.
It's
A bit
really
of
hard, isn't it?
It is,
Yeah, proper coal.
Bit of old nutty slack.
No, I've never seen it.
No, well, there we are. You've got a bit of a trophy.
Well, you keep it.
Could I keep that?
Of course, yeah.
It's a souvenir. How fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, John, it was brilliant of you to let us come and film on your land, because we would never get to see this, and through this, the viewers of Tracing the Rails can take a look at this as well. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.